No. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. خلاص. We're not gonna get the clacket thing. No, خلاص. You guys are more than
Oh, we
enough.
should get it. We should get it. It would look cool.
looks
Just
it
leave
looks
it
cool.
here.
Yeah. All right, everyone, welcome to the Talk Lab podcast. If you are one of our great subscribers, thank you for clicking that button and thank you for subscribing. If you haven't clicked that button yet, I have no idea what the heck you're doing. To be honest with you, you're missing out on a lot of content. You should be subscribed by now. By 31 episodes, you should be subscribed if you haven't checked us on other platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anghami, and Spotify. You should check us there. We're already there, and we are attracting a lot of listeners there. So you should be one of them. Today with me, I've got a great videographer and a great friend slash director, Sherif. How you doing, bro? Sherif
I'm
Shaka.
good, bro. Yeah, I'm good, and thanks for inviting me.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming here.
Excited to be here today.
Oh, good man. So Sharif, I'd like to introduce you first. Sharif
Sure.
is an Egyptian videographer. You came here kind of 4 or 5 years ago, right? You immigrated here.
I'd say in 2015.
Sounds 2015.
Yeah, so 2015. So I graduated
crazy.
from my high school back in Egypt, and I moved there. I moved here. Sorry, like right after. And yeah, I went to University of Ottawa for finance. And yeah, since then I graduated maybe like 2-3 years ago. I've been working since then, and yeah, here I am today.
There you go, man. Wow. What crazy thing. I came in 2015 as well.
Oh yeah,
That's kind of crazy.
you moved at 17 or 18?
17 actually.
Yeah.
Actually,
So you
what?
can go out.
Snap. Wow. Actually, I haven't asked you. How old are you, bro?
So I'm 24. So like
Snap, okay.
I was born in January, but so I'm like 1997, but I'm just born in January, like very early. So yeah, that's why
I'm kind of lucky.
24.
I barely made it to the 90s. You know that? Like I kind of.
Yeah,
I 1999. So
you're 1999.
yeah.
You're young, bro.
Kinda. I mean,
You're
not
young.
that young, bro. Like what?
1999.
22. So like.
For me, you're young. I'm like, okay,
it's 2 years, man.
I know. I'm just like, I feel old right now for some reason. I don't
Is
know
it?
why. After
Is it?
like the pandemic and everything, I'm just like,
Okay, I'll do you crazier than this. Everyone in the room is actually younger than us. So like we're the
No
oldest in this
way.
room. Yeah.
you're 2000, all of you.
Kind of thing. So the only same age as Hussein, but everyone else is just. But he's younger than me.
You
And
said
that's what
2002.
2002, 2000, and
Oh my
he's
God.
born in like December 2001. Sorry, my bad.
Sorry, December 2001.
No, I'm
The other guy's December 1999,
Oh.
but like he actually December, right? I'm giving so much information here.
What's your social security number?
Yeah, he lives on social security number. Feels like
What's your address? Let's just give it all to the audience. So they
your
can
bank
just-
account and
Yeah, just
password,
give me a
please.
quick visit. Wow, so I'm the oldest one in the room, eh?
That's crazy, bro. But
crazy.
it feels like kind of mostly every second or third episode I get someone who's like older than me as well.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
I
So we'll see how
kind of
this one goes. We'll see.
I kind of look a bit older than I am.
I mean, I think every Arab does look a little bit older,
Yeah.
like than they are. Like to be honest, like just the beard, like you just look.
Yeah,
way,
that
way
changes.
older,
That
so
changes. That changes
everything.
a lot.
Yeah, I get like so actually I was in an Uber sometime and I was heading to work like 2 years ago, and the Uber was so I had my gym bag with me, and I swear I won't like ever forget that day because I was like so hurt.
Yep.
So the Uber was like, "So you're heading to the gym?" I was like, "No, like I just finished. I'm just going to work, whatever." He's like, "Good for you. You're going at that age." I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, aren't you like in your 30s, whatever?" I'm like, "No, I'm like 22.
In your 30s.
I'm 22. I'm
Sir.
literally 22, and you just like thought that I'm in my 30s and I'm still going to the gym." So I was so hurt that day. I was like,
Ow.
"Oh yeah," but the
Sir.
beard just changes everything.
Sir, I'm trying to get a girl. You just destroyed my dreams.
Exactly, you just destroyed all my dreams right now. But I mean, still like it's good because sometimes like girls like the older look, so
Yeah, I mean,
can't complain. So the beard is
Yeah,
always a good
sometimes.
thing, and whenever you want to shave it, you can just shave it off. So
I did the mistake of shaving it. Like
don't
I looked
shave
so
it.
badly. I looked
Yeah,
so badly. I regret this.
baby face.
Yeah, and I shaved it at the wrong time. I had like 3 or 4 shoots during that time, so
Ooh.
I was appearing in front of camera for the next 3 weeks for to people.
Oh my god.
So like there you go.
Yeah, don't do that mistake unless you're planning to quarantine for 2-3 weeks.
Don't do that. Don't
Don't do
even
that.
try
Yeah,
it.
to all my
Yeah,
Arab fellas here, don't
yeah.
shave your beard.
Don't shave
Yeah,
your beard. You hear it now.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but wow, like a big difference as well. Like from Egypt to here, I want to talk a
For
lot about the
sure.
journey that you had there.
Yeah,
It's
for
like
sure. It's obviously a big difference because again, a lot of people would think it was an easy transition, but if you think about it, you're moving when at 17 or 18.
it's crazy.
You're moving not even like a country or a city. You're moving
It's
into a different continent. Like
that's yeah.
from and it's just super weird from the culture, from the way of living, the lifestyle. It's just super different, you know? And it kind of feels a little bit weird. It kind of feels a little bit different, but you kind of adjust to it. And then looking at back at yourself right now, like 6 years ago, you're like, wow, I changed a lot. You become much more independent, and yeah, man.
It- yeah, it's kind of crazy because like I went through that, and it's just like a crazy as well. Like the trip that you take from there to here is just it can tell you everything. Like
For sure.
sometimes in some cases it's like 17 hours
Oh yeah.
depending on your transit and like transit
In
and stuff like
transit,
that.
like direct, I would say a
nine
direct
hours or
flight from
something.
Cairo would be from Cairo to Toronto would be
I think 9
maybe
hours or
12
something.
hours, 11
Oh
hours,
yeah,
but with transits and everything, it just makes stuff like way more harder, I guess.
yeah.
Because sometimes the connecting flight could like come late, and then now that means you have to take the next flight or whatever. So my longest actually coming to Canada took me maybe like 32 hours, cause
Holy smokes!
yeah, cause I was I don't know. Well, I guess I missed like my my flight from Morocco to Montreal.
Holy,
So I had to wait in the airport because I don't have a visa, right?
exactly. You
So
can't
I need
get
to
in.
be Canadian to actually like get out of the airport. So I had to be stuck at the airport for another 14 hours. And yeah, the trip was just
What?
like crazy. Yeah.
What?
So yeah, it was just not good.
I mean, even before photography as well, like you can't even like sit down and edit during that
No,
time. No.
exactly. Like I can't even do anything because like for some reason that trip I didn't have my laptop on me. I was like, I'm fine. It's just gonna be a quick trip because
Yeah.
like the transit was only 2 hours, right? I was like, I'm not even gonna have time. By the time I get out of the plane, and then I didn't have anything on me, so it was crazy.
It is. It is, and I feel like I remember as well, like talking about that. Having
Hmm.
access to the internet and having basically a laptop with you. I remembered in Lebanon, crazy thing, at the airport you have to pay for your internet for more than an hour, and
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
like, this is crazy because when I got to Frankfurt,
Uh-huh.
um, it was just free. I was like,
Oh
oh,
yeah, it
finally,
depends.
yeah,
If you're in any of the Arab
and
countries, you're paying for
you're
the
paying for
internet. You're
anything.
paying. If you're in Egypt, honestly, in Egypt, no, they get sometimes they have free Wi-Fi, but not for long. Like maybe like two
No,
hours max.
yeah,
But other than that, you have to pay for
and
it.
it's
So
crappy. I'm like, I'm paying for a crappy internet for
you gotta
God's
get
sake.
used to it because like that's literally one of the first culture shocks I ever have. So
Yes.
like so like let's say I stay here for like a year and like come back for Christmas or whatever. I come back, and as soon as like come home, internet is super super slow. I'm like, yeah, welcome to Egypt. That's when you know like
That's
you hit the Egyptian like
yeah.
territory. So
Loading Facebook
it
takes
just it
10
doesn't
minutes.
need like if an Instagram story takes like a while to load. I'm like mind if I'm like I want to post like a big video or like a nice picture or something.
So yeah, like a big as well cultural shot in between like the Middle East and here, or just like an Arab country and here.
Hmm.
It's crazy, like everything. I know one of the things is electricity as well. Like
For
I was
sure.
like, you guys live in heaven. You guys get electricity 24/7.
For
We don't
sure.
have that. I'm sorry.
I know, no, but honestly, okay, like I'll be honest, like yeah, I'm just very fortunate. Like in Cairo, like it's been fine so
Yeah.
far. I didn't have that like it's not big of an issue. Obviously, in some years where it was like not doing so well, that was an issue. But lately, like the past maybe 6 7 years, it was been fine. So
I know about Egypt. It's been like steady, like
yeah,
it's fine
yeah, no,
about
hundred
like when it
percent.
comes to
Yeah, we're
electricity.
doing yeah, we're doing
Yeah.
fine.
No, I know a bit about like Lebanon and Iraq. So you gotta pay for electricity twice. So gotta pay the
Oh,
private
really?
market to cover whatever the government
Oh,
couldn't
I
cover.
had no idea.
Yeah,
That's how it works.
it's
All
one of
right.
the craziest
I see.
combination ever.
I see.
And it's like when you whatever you get on the private market, of course it's more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And well, because apparently it's a privilege,
It's a
to have.
black
Yeah,
market. So obviously it's way
that's what
more
it is. That's what
expensive.
it is. So like it's a privilege. So basically
Of
you have like
course.
kind of like for my people who know about electricity is you get like a specific number of amperes. So that's how much energy you can, yeah, the line can hold. And over
Uh,
that, like your electricity will
so how
cut.
does it work? You have two bills for
You
how
have two bills
you
basically,
literally have two bills. You have to pay for the
as
black
if
market and you have to pay for like the government, I guess.
exactly as if you're
That's
paying hydro twice.
interesting.
It's
Interesting.
funny. It's very funny. And
Hydro Canada, let's go.
yeah, I love it. That's why I'm not moving out. I'm staying here. I'm sorry.
Just for the hydro.
I can't live without electricity now that I have it. You know
But
what I
what
mean?
else do you like about the moving? Because I guess you live here alone, right? Or you live with
Well,
your
no,
family?
I live with my family, but
Oh, you moved with your
yeah,
family?
I moved
See,
in.
that's another thing. For
That's another.
me,
Yeah.
it's a little bit harder to say I'm staying here because my family, all my family, they're back in Egypt. Like I moved here alone.
Snap.
So I always gotta make sure to like come back see my family because like I'm a very family person. I like to see my family like,
Respect.
and that's basically why I moved. Like I stayed there for a bit during COVID, because it was just like
There's nothing to do anyway.
there was
Like
nothing. It was winter. Um, you couldn't do anything anyways in winter, and in Egypt obviously it's like great weather. You're with family. Um, there
yeah.
was no lockdown, so it just
Oh
makes
wow.
a yeah. There was
Yeah,
no law.
I mean, it's still technically there's no lockdown in Egypt, technically,
I mean,
because you guys live it as if there's no COVID at all.
100%. Yes,
People.
exactly. I didn't want to say that, but yeah,
Go ahead,
that's
respect.
100% fact. Like just yeah, like but honestly, I'm one of the people that because
Take it
I
seriously, yeah.
stayed like I took the lockdown in Canada first, so I had in my mind like it's so serious. I had to take it very seriously. That on like when I was in Egypt, it was very hard for me because
Yes.
nobody there like respects like no mask,
Social
no social
distancing,
distancing, nothing.
nothing.
Everyone is in like doing in everybody's business, you
Yes.
know.
Yes.
So for me, it was hard. I was like, dude, like don't come like next to me. Even with my friends, I'm like, why are you so close to me? Like
It's
just
kind of
leave for a bit.
crazy, yeah.
So it was little bit harder. And even when I got back, I was the first one who actually said, "Look, okay, like I want to quarantine for 14 days." Well, over there, you don't have to. If you
Yep.
want to leave, you can just leave. You don't
Interesting.
have to quarantine.
Interesting.
And I was the one. I was like, Mom, Dad, like, don't hug me, don't do anything, like, don't come close to me. I was just so like paranoid,
Yeah, I
but
can't blame you, man. Like it's very difficult because sorry,
yeah,
you already know that like this shit is real, but like you can see it creeping there, but there's no government rule that says no,
nothing.
do not just do this, do not do that. Like
It's
it's
just
kind of
fine.
crazy.
And it's just the mentality of the people. Like they're
Yeah,
like, oh no, we're fine, we're
no, we're fine.
good. You know, like they. It's not like they don't
Yeah,
believe in it because like it happened to a lot of people and it caused like a lot of death. Like don't get me
but they
wrong.
have their own ideologies about it.
They're
That's the
just like
thing.
yeah, like they're just like whatever happens happens kind of mentality, and
Yes,
they just like make like life go, I guess. And for them, it's like I need to get my business done. It would be more important than just like
yeah.
staying locked at in your house. You know.
I mean, I think it goes back to like to what happens over there. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Like you know, a disease is just regular to happen. Like a lot of people die from diseases there. You know,
For
and
sure.
if it's a pandemic or not,
For
people will
sure.
die. That's our
Yeah.
thought, and we want our life to like continue on and on.
And move on. Yeah.
Literally, like I give this example about Lebanon. Lebanon now is going through like shitty times, especially with the lira going down and
Yeah.
everything. Uh, and people still live their lives. Like
For
I
sure.
still see snaps and stuff like
People
that from
going
my
out,
friends,
they're just living their life. You know. They.
as if there's nothing. Like what?
Yeah.
Like I
And
mean, some people are suffering, but like a lot of people are like, no, no, we're just gonna live our lives.
I feel like that's how the people in these communities
Yeah,
like just move on and just like make things like
make things
their motto
happen.
is like life goes on. We have to make it work somehow. We're not gonna be stuck at the same place like every single day. So
Yeah,
I think that's how it works for them.
I
But
kind of agree with them though. Like I want to take them as an example a little bit in
for sure,
comparison to
no,
what
for
we
sure.
did.
But again, like I do believe 100% just like take your precautions, be good, because
Yes,
like
yeah,
you don't want to be the reason for death of someone who's close or even like someone that you don't even know. You just don't want to be that reason, you know.
exactly.
but at the same time, should be just like, like a balance, like
Not
not
just
too
lock
extreme.
down everything. No
For
one
sure,
goes out. No one goes in.
for
That's it.
sure, exactly.
And don't
No,
really be so lenient. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Just like try to be in between.
100%.
I feel that it sucks for us because like
100%. No,
you know
honestly, I didn't feel like a big change because I left right before the big
oh
lockdown happened, and
respect.
I came literally 2 weeks before the lockdown like ended. So, and these 2 weeks I had to quarantine anyways.
Oh
So I was fine, I didn't like I
wow.
just had to quarantine like for 2 weeks. As soon as I came out the quarantine, lockdown was done. So I was perfect. It
Yeah.
was perfect timing for me.
Lucky you.
Yeah, especially you work from home. Like, so I was
Yes.
working from home, like home from Egypt. I was chilling, not a big issue. Yeah,
Just a
so that was
different
it.
time zone though. Just like
That's the
that's
thing. I had to
crazy.
like switch my sleep schedule, so because I have to work like 9 to 5 EST.
Yeah, yeah, and
So that was
that's like what midnight to like whatever.
not so yeah, it's 6 hours ahead. Like Egypt is 6 hours ahead, so like
Yes.
not it was not good. It was not good.
No,
But I mean, I could still go out see friends after, so it was fine. People in Egypt, they don't sleep.
no.
I swear to God, every single time at 11, 10:30 p.m. I should
There's
be in bed at that time, right?
there's something open. You can
No,
go
they're
and you
like,
can
my
buy
friends call
stuff.
me like, "Oh, you're not coming out." I was like, "Dude, it's 11. Like, I'm in bed," and they're like, "No, let's go out. It's fine. We'll hit that place." I'm like, "Okay, I guess." I have
Yeah,
nothing to do,
that's
so
one of the things that I miss about like stuff back home. Like there's a lot of stuff that like you have a lot of options.
yeah.
Like after 12, even after 12, like after
Oh yeah,
midnight,
100%.
psst, عادي, yeah, go just especially for talking about Beirut. Beirut never sleeps, by the way.
Same Cairo. I
Period.
take pride in
Yeah,
that because in
yeah.
Cairo do not sleep. I swear to God,
Respect.
we had traffic at 3 a.m. one time, and I was like,
Crazy.
yeah, I was like, not sure what's happening, but yeah, some of the biggest like homesickness kind of part
Yeah.
would be, in Egypt, like you're so used to like meeting up every single day,
Yes.
and in Canada we don't have
No.
that culture here. Like I would hit up friends, I would be like, I'm like, do you want to hang out like at night, and they're like, dude, it's Tuesday. I'm like, wait for the weekend. I'm like, what? Why does that, like,
Oh,
why
really?
is it different? I'm like, it's just like this
With a
mentality of like, let's just hang out in the weekend or when I'm not working tomorrow or whatever. But another thing would be, I don't know how you call it in like with Iraqi or
yeah,
Lebanese, but like ahwa, how
yeah, yeah.
you
Same.
just like
Yeah, yeah.
cafe,
The
like,
cafe. Yeah,
yeah. So well, but it's more like
it's
local.
the same thing as well. It goes over. Yeah.
Exactly. But we don't have that. Like, we don't have these
No,
places
no,
here.
no.
We don't have these places where you can just like hang out every single day with friends and just like relax and chill and talk about anything. So
Not
yeah,
much.
that's
But I
one
think
thing
no,
that
I
I
think you
really.
should kind of change your friends. With all due respect,
I know
I
that.
hang
No,
out.
my friends are not Arab, by the way. So
Oh,
like
okay,
that's why.
okay. All
No,
due
that's
respect.
no, but I
Get
know.
some Arab friends.
I know.
Because
I
we
need
hang
to.
out. We kind of hang out every day.
But where do
Every
you
day
hang
thing.
out? Where do you just someone's place, right?
We just chill. Yeah, yeah.
See,
Sometimes
but you
someone.
don't have the ahwa. That's what I'm
Well,
talking about.
that's the thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There
That's
should be like a place where it's like open like literally till like
yeah.
4 or 5 a.m. where you can
Oh god.
literally chill anytime. It would be heaven. You could
That's
literally
that's
go
gonna
there
be
every
that's
single.
gonna be the best thing ever.
Yeah,
We
like it
should.
will grab a lot. Like all the Arab
Yeah.
community, I swear to God, they will all go there because they will all be missing this at home.
That's a business opportunity. I
Yeah.
should be thinking about
So
this one. Whoever I don't know. You guys wanna go in with me?
he
No,
wasn't listening.
no.
He
They
was
want
not listening. That's
for.
why he was on his phone. Who are
Oh
you
yeah.
texting?
There you go.
Who are you texting right now? No, but
Okay.
so we're gonna make like a little bit of
Yeah.
ahwa. So yeah, that
Yeah.
will
If
that
you
will
guys
work.
wanna be one of our sponsors or whatever, you guys wanna invest
Investors.
in our ahwa as well.
He has some thoughts about it. Do you have any?
One thing I liked about Cairo
Yeah.
was
Oh, you went?
there. Yeah, I was there when I was a kid.
Oh,
I
cool.
went to Ramadan.
Nice.
It's beautiful, absolutely
Exactly.
beautiful.
Right.
Like in the morning, you see up to suhoor, you have all these
Of
like
course.
events, and then suhoor,
Literally.
and then up to maybe around noon and stuff like that gets a bit.
Of course. Yeah, it
lighter,
just
and
gets a
then,
little bit better. Then after that, as soon
Yeah.
as like
People, I
sunset
think,
hits
are
and you
tired.
eat, after that it's just like literally you're just like going out every single day till like dawn basically.
I guess
So.
people get tired during that time, like and then like
Yeah,
they
because
eat and
they see plates, so they just kind of like wake up a little bit later and then
yeah,
they just like do it for 30 days and
it's crazy,
yeah,
bro.
and I eat after for like 3 more days. That's when you actually really go hard. And
Wow, like
yeah,
here it's crazy as well. Like, 'cause it fucks up all of your schedule. Because if you're fasting, you'd be like one of the only people fasting in like your
For sure.
environment.
For sure.
And basically it's kind of difficult because like if no one understands that it changes the whole sleep schedule. You gotta wake up like midnight thing.
Yeah,
You
no.
like you eat, and then it's just crazy. You
It's
know
just
what I
very
mean?
hard, and especially if Ramadan is in the summer, it's way harder because sunset is like, I don't know, 9:30,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like
So
that.
like
And then
we
you
do
have
a
to
long
eat
time.
like, and then suhoor is like 4 hours after.
Like
Like
it's
I
it's a
can't
very
keep up with all.
short
Yeah, I
period. You
can't
know
keep
what I
up with
mean?
all of that, and you just don't have the vibes of Ramadan here.
No, no. Yeah.
It's
I was
different.
gonna talk about
Like
that. Like
he probably saw that when he went in Egypt. You can tell Ramadan is there.
yeah.
You know, here it's like it's chilling.
Yeah,
Like
you
it's
know what I mean.
not.
Like I remember back home as well. Like
Hmm.
like my area would like had a lot of people. Like it had Muslims, it had Christians. Like you feel even Christians get in the Ramadan
Of
vibe,
course,
and
no.
they help you. They were like they're fine, and they even hang out with you, stuff like
Yeah.
that. You take that away here. Like there's no
Yeah,
way you
no.
can feel the Ramadan.
Honestly, I was because I went in for Christmas last, yeah, this year, I guess. Um, Egypt is way more festive for Christmas than Canada.
Yeah,
I
crazy
thought I
enough.
thought about that, and it's so crazy. Egypt is way more festive. You could go to the mall. You have like big ass trees.
Yes.
I don't
Oh
know.
my god.
Here, I swear to God, I spent Christmas here once in Ottawa, and it was so dead. I was like, "What do you guys do?
Because
What do you
everyone's about that sale, right? They
Yeah,
go to the
and
shop and
everyone,
everything.
they just like, I guess like everything is closed that day, and they just like they just want to chill with their family, so that's it. But
Yeah.
for me, I'm like, it's not festive enough. Like it's not. I
No.
don't feel it. I went to Europe. I went to Berlin for Christmas 2 years ago.
Yeah.
To visit my sister, and it was way more festive. I was
Yeah.
like, that's how it should be. You know,
Yeah,
it's like it's
exactly. Like
different.
that's how you get to know more people. That's how you meet other
It
people.
just like to feel like the
it's like
Christmas spirit at
yeah.
least, like just like I'm like, why is everything closed? I guess like it's winter and it's just so depressing. Anyways, you're already depressed, you know, like
But then
winter
you make it
blues.
more depressing when you do
Exactly,
that. Like
like
you're not
I need the
helping.
festivities, you know. That's why people do more activities like in winter just to feel like something is happening, you know.
Yeah, it is crazy actually. Like yeah, I remember as well. Lebanon is the same story. Every other place other than like kind of like let's say the North Americans
Yeah,
places
no, I know that
like
100%.
us and the US were weird. The rest of the world has to be way
Different,
better and
different stuff.
different than here.
No, yeah, I agree. It's just different from each country, and that's the beauty of it, I guess. Like
Yeah.
that's to each country its culture, and you gotta. And I'm happy that like I lived in the Middle Eastern or Arabic culture, and then
Yes.
I'm here in the North American culture, and then I've been to Europe, so I know about the European culture. It's all different, and it's all has its like perks, and it's all has its cons. So you just gotta wait it out and see, you
Exactly.
know.
Exactly. And moving from one place to another, like how do you actually get used to the changes that like
Honestly,
that
like I
occur?
when I moved here, I was 17. I had no family, no friends, like nothing, and I was planning to come with two of my best friends, and then for
But that
some
didn't
reason they
happen.
just didn't come. So I was like, I
Crazy.
either gotta go to Europe, which was like all my friends were they're going there, or
Come here.
take the harder route and just like come here all by myself.
You made
And
the
it
right
was
you made the right decision
I
by
did,
coming
I
here,
did.
by the way.
Honestly, they all told
Now
me that as
you're on
soon.
Talk Lab now.
Exactly. There you go. There you go. So as soon I love the plug. But as soon as I like honestly, as soon like we meet every like single year, like during Christmas time when we all come back to like Egypt. And literally all of them they said you did the right decision. They didn't like they don't see any future living in Europe.
Yes.
Um so all the ones that went to Canada or the US, they're the one who actually.
Because it's a work environment, let's see.
Of
Like
course,
it's
and
a
it's
big
just like it's a different culture. Everything is easier
yeah.
in the US or North America in general, like Canada, than Europe. Europe it
Yes.
just makes everything more complicated. So yeah, I'm very happy about that. So again, coming to like challenges I had to overcome was literally just building your social life. You know,
Yeah.
I'm coming with nothing, like from a big social life in Egypt and all my friends, and just moving here, no family, and like
There's
like
no
6 hours
one.
difference. You can't talk to anyone, you can't do anyone, like, you know, you have to like after 5 p.m it's like already like midnight in Egypt, so you can't speak to anyone, you know.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
Like
just like creating your own social life, and just like you're such in an uncomfortable situation that, and I guess like coming from a Middle Eastern background, you're used to like having people around you and everything, you know. So coming from this to like, oh, you gotta do everything by yourself.
Yep.
You're very independent. You
Yep.
gotta be comfortable being alone for some time to building your own social life. So that took me a while, and that's kind of why I see like a lot of change in myself, because like now I'm more comfortable meeting new people. Now I'm more comfortable talking to new people. I'm not
Exactly.
afraid of that. I'm more comfortable, so it's a good thing.
Everything, and when you come here, like as well, like everything is new, as we mentioned before. Like you
Of
gotta get
course.
used to like literally the smallest things.
Mm-hmm.
Like first thing you gotta get used to is like sleeping schedule.
Of
It's
course.
still different. I still wake up tired in the morning.
Yeah,
Like
for
I can't
sure.
recall
Jet
that I
lag, yeah,
yeah
100%.
literally like I can't recall that I've done that back in Lebanon. Like I always was energetic. I always had like a lot of time during my day.
Mm-hmm.
Here the days just like feels like it's shorter, even though like you can't get so much stuff done in one day.
I feel like yes, but I feel like it's more when you put like you start putting more of a like routine to yourself. That's
Yeah,
when things get
that's when you
easier.
get caught in there.
So it also obviously depends on like what you're doing, if you're in university or working or not. But I feel like life after university, after I graduated, it became so much easier for me because I only care about my working hours.
Yep.
And after that, I can do whatever I want to work on later on for the day, or before my working hours. So I can gym before, I can gym after, I can meal prep before, meal prep after, or just see friends afterwards. So as soon as the 5 o'clock or 5:30 hits, I'm good. Everything else is just out of my mind. But when you're in uni, there's always in the back of your mind, like, oh, I have this assignment to do, or I have
Yes.
to study for this test or for this exam. You guys can relate, obviously,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm like.
I'm going
Um,
back in September, so like yeah, go ahead.
no, I know. So you'll obviously
I'm
feel it,
crying.
but as soon as like the working phase, I feel like it's so much easier on your mental health or like mindset in general, because all you have to worry about is just like your work hours, and then afterwards you can work on yourself in different aspects.
Exactly.
So that's
And
why.
going back to like one of the most difficult things when you come here
For
as well,
sure.
you were mentioning that like the network and the people you
For
see.
sure.
I remember one time it was one of our guests actually. He told me as well, like he came here as well, and it
Mm-hmm.
was a big change. And he's like, I spent the first few months
Mm-hmm.
just talking on Skype with one of my friends, or like I wasn't meeting anyone. I was just going to class. I sometimes skip class just to talk to my friends over Skype and just like uh, just that's it, go home, study, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like I spent a few months here just doing that. I didn't really build any network. I didn't
Yeah.
really do anything, and then it hit me to the point that like, hey,
You gotta
I
do
gotta do
it. You're
that.
not gonna be stuck in a virtual friendship with your friends your whole life.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I guess I didn't do that, to be honest. Like I'm not gonna tell you these are my friends that I have like till now, because it obviously changes. But I made friends like from the first week. Like first week you just
Crazy.
make a lot of friends. And it just like it comes in phases. Some friends come, some friends stay. Some friends they will stick with you, some friends will not.
No,
So it
yeah,
all depends. But at least you're starting your social life.
yes,
You're starting somewhere. And it could be very scary thought for a lot of people to just feel like that they're alone in a different country, with
it's crazy.
nobody. It's a scary thought. And then some people don't even want to put the work in, like for example your friend, for a
Yeah,
bit. They
yeah,
don't want to put the work in to like actually make
because
time, or
they're
like
kind of afraid, right? And
because they're
then yeah,
afraid. And some people have like different type of like social anxiety, or some people would feel like, oh, they're gonna be judged, or some people. And once you work on that, you'll feel very comfortable about it, and honestly you'll feel like you're out of your comfort zone, and that's when you feel like, oh, I reached that level.
exactly. But then I feel like social media helped us to connect like the world together,
Of
right? So like
course.
it made it easier for us to contact our
100%.
friends and keep like as you said before. So you get together with your friends like on Christmas.
For
You
sure.
guys all go back to Egypt and you
Hmm.
get together. Like it's crazy,
For
right?
sure, yeah.
Like it helps us like kind of get connected, and it kind of let's say like it made like it made the whole world like a little town. You know what I
Oh,
mean? You can always
100%. Like for
contact
me,
anyone. Yeah.
I'm speaking like, or I'm talking to my parents every single day. Like I don't have an issue with that. It's not like if it was 30 years ago, I wouldn't be able to do that. I would have to like go to like a payphone and just like call my
Yeah, that would
family.
have been
Now with like one click, I can just like
you
see
know
my family what they're doing, or like participate with
FaceTime.
them like in a family event or something, you know.
FaceTime.
Yeah, just
Literally
FaceTime or
crazy.
message, what doesn't matter, you know. And same with friends, you can just have like conference video calls. So
Yeah, but like I always feel that the idea of social media as well, it's kind of like crazy because it comes in between the idea of like getting connected and showing your life to others and sharing your life with others. It's
yeah,
just like kind of like it works in
it's a
between.
very complex process, and
Very.
very complex. I can talk about each side. I
Yeah.
was very so at the beginning, I used to like not use social media as much. I
Mhm.
was fine, but then as soon as I started creating content, that's when I started using social media more, and then I got to meet new people more, and more opportunities came, and meeting new people. But at some point, it become very, very toxic and addictive.
Yes.
That you gotta think about everything that you're posting or saying,
Yep.
and you always gotta be looking at your phone, or like, you know, just literally attached to your phone screen. And I'm not saying that I'm like 100% better right now, but I'm better. Like, I try to put my phone away, I try to like keep it if I'm not using
Yep.
it, you know. And for social media, I started to like care less, to be honest, when I'm posting. I'm
Yep.
just like, whatever, I'll post whenever. I don't care if I want to post regularly on a weekly basis, or like twice a week, you know. Like, I don't want to be working on a schedule, like stress myself out, or like create content for that. I want to create something artsy. If I like it, then
You
I'll
put
be
it out
posting,
there.
I'll
Yep.
put it out there. And that's why, like, even if you check on my social media right now, I haven't been posting for like maybe 2 months or a month, because I
Yep.
haven't been doing anything, and I don't want to feel like I have the pressure of creating content just to put it out there. I want to do
Exactly.
something that I really like, you know.
It's always, yeah, it's kind of crazy. But what made you go from I'm not gonna use social media like as before to like no, I'm using social media because like I had this conversation before with as
For
well. Like
sure.
I can recall Salman Shawaf.
Mm-hmm.
Great guy, amazing person, and a great friend actually. Salman went from actually Salman didn't have his social media for 2 years. He
Nice.
deleted every social media platform,
Love it for him. Yeah.
and then he goes in one day it was quarantine, and he goes in and basically boom, he turns on TikTok, he shoots a video, and that video blows up.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 months later he's like 244K on the TikTok.
Nice. Look at
Great
him
guy.
go.
there
Yeah,
you
good
go
for him.
there you go. So like what made you kind of like go to
So
the
I
to
did
that
the
route?
opposite. So I was very hardcore, like going on Instagram, and back then there was no TikTok. It was just Instagram,
Instagram
basically.
now. Yeah.
And again, just to start it, like how I started, that's basically how I started. It was Instagram was a very like friendly thing for me, just to like connect with my friends and everything, even the ones I made in Canada. And I guess when I was in Canada the first year, everyone was making like they thought that I was in Egypt, like riding the camel or like living in a tent or
Yes.
whatever. And I was like, guys, like that's very like a stereotype. Like that's not how it is. Like we have like roads, we have cars, we have
Yes.
everything that just where sometimes it's even like fancier than here sometimes.
Right.
And they just don't get this idea. And I was like, okay, on my first vacation or coming back, I'm gonna use a camera and I'll just show it on my Instagram. And that's how it is. Like I got a GoPro like as a gift on my birthday, I guess. I couldn't even know how to turn on a GoPro. I had to YouTube, you know, like I felt so old. I had to YouTube how to turn on a GoPro camera. And then since then I just like learned, it just came naturally. And then I took some clips on my vacation. There was like a beach and it was super pretty. I took some clips, went on iMovie. I tried to like create like any type of video, you know, put any music. It wasn't even in sync. I just added the
Just
music.
add music.
Yeah, just like to make it seem cool, whatever. Not color graded, nothing. Just like
Respect.
very, very basic. It was 2016, so I was like, I don't care.
Hey,
And
2011, I was putting music, put pictures, let them switch.
there you go,
The
like a slideshow.
one,
Like
the
a
craziest one is when it dissolves, and then you
yes,
guys, I
it's
was like,
just or like you just see, wow, that's so cool. I know exactly. So that's kind of what I had in mind, and then I'm like, and then I posted it, and then I started getting comments from it, and like, wow, that's so cool. Like you guys live like in a very beautiful country. I want to visit someday, and that's all I had in my mind. I want my friends at some point to tell me Egypt is so beautiful that I actually want to visit. Like,
yeah,
and I was gonna be the best tour guide for them. You know, like I wanted to show them actually how it actually beautiful, like beautiful it is, not just camels and pyramids. Like I know it's
yeah,
very stereotypical, but it has way
I
much
think
more than
it's.
that, you know.
I think I blame Egyptians for stereotyping camels to Arabs and Saudis
True.
because like those are the most countries that has camels. It's like even like I remember my
Yeah.
first year as well here. I was getting those stereotypes of like camels.
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys are pointing at the wrong person. Like Iraq doesn't have so many
That's
camels.
not. Yeah, I
I
know.
barely I haven't went on a camel ever in my life.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of a zoo, yeah, like sure. I've
Yeah,
seen a
I know.
camel,
I know.
you know.
I know.
I'm not out of this world, but like I haven't tried going on a camel ever.
I literally I remember I was in Egypt till like 17, 18. I have not visited the pyramids, and it's like 20 minutes away from me. I have not visited the pyramids till I was like 17. Because it was
Because-
just there. It was there.
Yeah.
Like it's like when you're in Paris, you're not gonna go to the Eiffel Tower. Like you're like, oh, it's just there. I'm not gonna go, you know? But then before traveling, I was like, maybe I should take a picture or two so I can actually prove to my like whoever I'm meeting there that I'm actually from
Okay.
Egypt, you know? And then I went, I was like, I'll take some pictures, you know? But yeah, I just wanted to show that it's just not the basic picture that you see in your mind as soon as you like someone hears Egypt and it's like, oh, just 3 pyramids and then 2 camels running around, you know? I just wanted to show that it's way more. Starting getting more love. One video at the time for me, I took so much pride in that, but one video took like 25,000 views. Between
Yes.
2016, I was like, whoa, that's a lot.
Respect.
I had like 1,200 followers back then. I was like, whoa, you know? And then I just started getting followers. The thing, I kind of liked it and I started doing like another video. And then I was like, okay, I really need to step up my game. Like, not a lot of people were doing it at the time, but
Yep.
especially editing and like on Adobe or like just using like high.
I mean, till now, not a lot of people go and spend a lot of time on their
Exactly. No,
videos.
100%. But I'm just saying, like, really wanted to learn that. One of my biggest inspirations was I'm not sure if you know him, Taylor Cut Films.
Yes, yeah,
And Sam
great
Calder.
guys.
Yeah, Taylor was
Great
like
examples.
yeah.
Actually.
So I really love the Taylor was like, and I actually connected with him on Instagram. It's funny
Crazy.
enough. Yeah, we DM'd for a couple of times. I tried to get him visit like Egypt and stuff, and then
heck
he actually
yeah.
was there like 2 weeks ago.
Heck yeah!
Yeah,
Wow.
so yeah, that's how we connected. And I was like, dude, like that's the video I made. You're my inspiration, and he actually he saw it. He actually like gave me a review on it, and I was like, perfect. Like that's why I love social media, because like there was no other way in the world I was gonna see this guy
yeah.
or like talk to this guy if it wasn't because of social media and telling him, dude, you're my inspiration. That's how I learned everything from you, and that's how I'm actually like
You know,
creating the
crazy-
video for you.
Crazy enough, the first time I followed you actually it
Uh-huh.
was because one of your Instagram reels. That's when I was scrolling. I was like, crazy. We've got an Arab creators that does this, and it's
Uh-huh.
like it's crazy. When I clicked on you, and I was like, oh snap, he's in Ottawa. Okay, scrolling through the stuff.
I
I'm like,
know.
Wow, it's like he's visiting between Ottawa and Egypt. He's going to
Yeah.
other places. It's like this is crazy. Like the idea of traveling and documenting that travel. I spoke
Of
about that
course.
previously, but like that was one of the reasons why I followed you is because like the way you document
Respect,
those
man, yeah.
travels. Like,
Yeah, I just love always to think that it's more of a like storytelling, not a
Yes.
travel video. I love to make it as a story, just to explain like with an intro, just to explain to people. Even use like voiceover, kind of like explains it. I don't do like these huge long videos because I know like people's attention span on Instagram is just like super short.
haha, you're
Did-
on the podcast now.
What's that?
You're on a podcast now. That
Exact-
goes
no,
for an hour.
no, people are into podcasts. Like, don't get me wrong, I love
Yeah.
podcasts. I can listen to a podcast, but
No,
I won't
watch
be.
it.
I
You don't want to
want.
watch it for an hour, just like sitting.
Depends
your
on the
phone.
podcast. Like when Joe Rogan was doing videos, I was watching Joe Rogan 100%.
I was
like,
still
I
watching Joe
loved it.
Rogan's for three
Yeah, I know.
hours.
He's on Spotify right now, but I love this guy. I love watching and listening to his
One of
podcast.
my inspirations,
Yeah,
actually.
exactly.
I
Literally.
wish one day.
One day you'll be there. One day you'll have a Spotify deal with like $50
There you
million
go.
dollars, you know. And
I'll
there
hit
go.
you up there.
Hit me up. Maybe I'll take like a royalty part, 0.5%, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, and that's why like I was just like I just started try to make it just look good, look aesthetically pleasing. And right now I'm not thinking about it as like from a social media perspective. That's the worst part. I'm looking at it from an art perspective. That's how I express my art somehow, and that's how I kind of wanna show it to people or express it to people. That's why I'm not keen on posting that much. I'm keen about like the quality of the posting that I'm actually posting, you know.
I feel it's a fine line as well, because I do photography
Of
on the side.
course.
That's how I got actually introduced to cameras. Funny thing, now
Nice.
talking on a podcast.
Cool.
I've always been like a photographer pretty much my whole life. So, but I feel like it's kind of like a fine line in between like art and like posting on social media a lot,
Of course.
especially once you start making so much of that art. It becomes like a repetitive product, let's call it.
Of
Like
course.
it's, you have the same product, you're slapping the same let's
Same
say
poses,
presets,
same
and
angles, same presets,
and you're just
everything.
posting it.
Exactly.
It just becomes repetitive, and I guess people like that like kind of thing, but then that dies with time as well. Like
100%. If you're not being updated with your content, or if you're using very repetitive content, people are gonna get bored from you. That's the reality. Like, it's harsh, but it's the reality. And basically, that's what happens with a lot of recent creators, because they start using one specific thing and they still keep doing it and just use that trend and just keep doing it,
Yeah.
doing it till people get bored, and they just like the numbers go down, because like what else are you doing, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why like kind of like don't post like much from the same place or same content like as much. Like I take so much pictures, but I choose like the best ones, you know?
respect.
So if I had like, I would have much more content, but I just, what's the value for the like whoever's watching my content, and to just see the same place but from different angles, you know? I'm like, it's just different for me.
It is, and like especially for photographers, and I want to talk about this because like especially taking pictures of statues or places that are very popular to others, it becomes really tricky to take a picture there, because like people have already seen that place thousands of times.
See the same picture, trust me, same
Literally,
picture with the same edit,
place,
same angle,
same
everything.
place. What sets you apart from there? Like that's
That's
where
your
you
eye.
ask
That's
yourself
your,
exactly.
How can I make this better, and how can I be different from other people?
Exactly.
So that's the whole question.
Like that's what always my teachers used to tell me. Like when I joined, there was a teacher who actually taught me photography and everything,
Mhm.
and he used to always stress that thing. What sets you apart from another photographer? Like stop making like, you know, the same mistakes. Stop making this. Yeah, make him as your inspiration. You know, use his ways, learn from him, but do not take the same picture that he took. Don't go to a place and just like snap. That's it, done. Research it. I've spoken to
Literally.
photographers that freaking research the weather, bro.
Oh yeah.
They have specific calculations for the perfect day, perfect time. They gotta snap it in the actual minute for them to like take that picture. You know what I
I'm
mean?
not sure if you follow, but you know Peter McKinnon.
I was gonna mention the bucket shot.
You have seen the
There
bucket
you
shot?
go.
So yeah, like the
There
bucket
you
shot,
go.
for example. Like
That's
this
what-
guy had an idea in his mind for a super long time that he wanted to go to Lake Louise and take a certain picture where it was still, the water was there, but it was just covered in snow.
But then it's like it has to be a bit foggy, but not too foggy where you can't see. It's
So
very
he
tricky.
had to go find that picture, take that picture for so long. He literally had to, I think, take like different flights for that.
Yes.
To like go and come back, because he lives in Ontario. Like go to like the West Coast again to just, it was so hard. And then actually watch that documentary. It's like 20 minutes. It's super good. And
It's awesome. Actually, you're
Yeah.
gonna love the documentary more than anything.
100%.
I still watch it
Photography.
sometimes.
And that's honestly, and that's something that people don't understand. Like, I guess normal people that don't enjoy photography don't know about photographers. Some people, photographers at least, they would put so much energy and thought into something just to get a picture, even if they're not gonna get the most likes, the most anything, but they just wanna take that specific picture they had in their mind. Like,
exactly.
I can't tell you how many times I woke up at like 4:30 a.m. or 5 a.m. just to go up and like drive for like 2 hours to get that perfect sunrise picture, you know? And I always get that, and the people are like, you're mental, you're insane for like waking up there early just to go take one picture that you're might not even use on Instagram, you know? And sometimes I don't even use it. But
at least
they're
you
like,
did it. That's the thing. You want to tell
Exactly.
yourself, I tried, I did it, but then
you did your best, yeah.
exactly. That's the thing. That's the thing that people don't understand is like photographers actually love the process of making that photo more than introducing it to other people. And
100%.
I kind of like crazy to kind of like tell people, because like I post as well on social media. I don't care if it gets 1 like. I don't care if it gets 10,000 likes.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to put it out there, and I just like
Just
be
show your
like, this is
work.
my art.
Yeah.
I've done this.
And honestly, it's so funny because and that's something that I recently started enjoying. I would go back to like my old files, like on my hard disk,
Yes.
and I'll check all the trials and errors of the pictures that I took. Because like when you see the final product on Instagram, whatever, there's so much that go through it. There's so much
Yes.
editing that go through it. There's so you don't remember the memory. It's like foggy a little bit. But when you actually go through the files and you see like videos or like the trials and errors, or like the behind the scenes,
I
it's
love
so
that.
it makes you so like you just remember all these memories, and it makes it so much joyful for you. So I kind of started enjoying that like a little bit like later on.
I do tend to keep my old photos as well. I keep everything this like,
Yeah,
unless it's like just like a shot that I'm never gonna use. It doesn't mean anything to me. I'm gonna delete.
of course.
But that's very rare where I delete something.
Yeah.
I keep the trials. I keep everything, and I guess some people call it sickness, but I don't know.
know.
I call it
No,
good
you
thing.
just don't want. You just like it's good memories for you, and you just want to
Exact-
keep it. Yeah, but I guess like we just enjoy the process so much of taking a picture or video, and there's so much like thought that goes behind it that we actually take pride in this photo. That I guess normal people wouldn't like understand it.
Interesting. I guess,
Yeah.
but like looking at your style as well, like
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you ever discussed this with anyone before,
For sure.
but like looking at your style, you go for like kind of like a dark-ish style,
For sure.
but
Yeah.
it's not the regular dark style that what we see nowadays, but what every Instagrammer is going for, like the dark green style you're going
Yeah.
for, like dark blacks, but then as well like it tends to be brownish,
Yeah.
which is
For
very
sure.
interesting. Like it's warm and dark at the same time.
I love dark. So I love
Respect.
dark colors, and I love to just like actually like put or accentuate more like the colors. I really love the warm colors of also obviously depends on like where the picture is. But usually in Egypt, that's like the vibe that I really like to go to, because it's always like warm and sunny over there.
Yes.
But you kind of want to make it more dramatic. Yeah, I guess like I just, again, that's how your style kind of evolves with the way
Your
like from
background
your
kind
start.
of like has an effect on it.
Exactly. So like
That's a good one.
I can't wait to like till I get to reach to the point where if someone sees any of the pictures like randomly, they'll be like, oh, maybe Sherif took that,
Yes.
I want to reach that point. Like, for example, right now, I can tell if I see a picture if like Taylor Cut Films took that picture or not, Sam Calder took that picture or not, Peter McKinnon took that picture. Everyone they have, and don't get me wrong, all of these styles, they're very pretty, they're super good,
But they
but
have their own style.
everyone has their own style. Nobody's copying anybody, and that's how like it's like kind of your own signature,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's kind of what I want to be doing. I don't want to be having a watermark on my picture. I want people to know from the work that I
Remember
am
the
doing
watermarks?
that that's me.
Have you ever done a watermark before?
I
back
did
in the
it. It
days?
was like when I started
Very cringy.
back in the hood days, and you're like, I'll put some watermark. I had my logo on it. It was like for a client, even like it wasn't even for myself.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
I'm making you talk because I did that shit before. Like,
no, I know. I'm like, watermarks is like canceled in 2021, guys. Don't use any watermarks anymore.
No, oh my
Yeah,
God.
no watermarks for you. So yeah, that's
basically.
it. Yeah, so for me, I'm just enjoying the process, man. That's why I told you, like, I'm not keen on posting every single day, and at some point, especially with the content I'm doing, it's a travel content.
Yes.
So it's so hard to keep up with the content. Like, I'm not. I wish, for example, my content was like selfies. I would have
would've
posted
been
every
easier.
single day. I would have, or like I was a pretty girl, just taking selfies every single day.
Let's go.
I wouldn't have any issue. But the issue is my content is always like travel content. It has to be like not even travel content. It has to be like a very nice place so I can actually take a picture there, If it was like, I don't know, if it was like a normal setting, like for example, like Ottawa streets or like just lifestyle like outfits or whatever, it would have been easier for me. But I guess travel content is one of the hardest. You have to have the
Bottom line, you
budget, the
gotta
time.
travel, yeah, right? So
Literally,
like, that's a thing.
and especially in COVID right now, everything is much more harder. Can't do anything,
No.
Just so.
Unless you're getting paid by a magazine to like do that, and hopefully you get there as well. Like,
I mean, I kind of did, but again, I always lose opportunities because most of these people are in Egypt, and
Oh,
whenever they contact me, I'm like, guys, like I swear I'm not in the country, so
like you can't. I
that's
mean,
the
unless you
issue.
guys are willing to fly
To
me.
fly me, and sometimes I can't even fly out because
No,
I'm working or if I have exams or whatever. So
it's crazy.
it's just a big dilemma, you know. You gotta, and especially that I'm not taking like photography. By the way, a lot of people think I'm a full-time photographer. I'm not. Like, it's just a hobby that I really liked, and then somehow it just blew up. But it's just a passion that I have, and just like the way of expressing my art. But yeah, I have like a normal job. I graduated from
There you go.
finance. Yeah, but so that's another issue because like I guess like my full-time job is not photography, so
Yeah.
I gotta take decision priorities, you know. So
Do you think that your full time job as well, like kind of have like kind of, let's say, a bad effect on photography, on the photography side, because it uses your energy a lot during
obviously
the
you use
day.
energy and time 100%, but again, I try to make it not affect me. So for example, if I need something to be done, I'll do it before or after, especially that like sunset right now is like way like later in the day.
No,
So
it's better.
usually,
It's a good
yeah,
opportunity.
exactly. So like if I'm done at 5, I have like 6 for 4 hours, sorry, 4 hours to like
Yeah,
kill to take pictures or before. So that's not an issue. And sometimes I just try to stack as much content as I do like when I go home. Just sorry.
go ahead.
I already have my list of like all the places that I want to go to. I know already all the angles that I want to take at that specific spot. I want it to be that weather is exactly like how we were talking about.
Exactly.
So I already have everything planned, and I just like try to get as much content as I can so I can just put it out when I'm back here.
Just a tip to other people as well. What I do is like I kind of like have sometimes I go on Google and
Mm-hmm.
I choose places and I save them to my places. So sometimes when I have like kind of a quick shoot,
Yeah.
right? You're like, oh, where are we going? Oh, this place. Yeah, there you go. That's the closest one because I have it
Nice.
like on my maps. I know how it looks. I
Nice.
already researched it,
That's
everything.
cool. So it's just like a quick stop just to like take pictures
Exactly.
and content. Yeah.
And most of the times, if you have to plan something, like if somewhere is far, a bit far,
Hmm.
like you already as well, like you already done the research side.
Of
You know what I
course.
mean?
Yeah. You're good to go. It's like it's gonna be like probably 15 minutes of taking pictures, and you're good to go
Literally.
after. Yeah.
Literally, like yeah, it's a good trick, you know.
Of
Like so a
course.
lot of people, a
No,
lot of
just to
people
have
gonna use it.
obviously like planning. I think it takes a big part in photography.
Mhm.
Planning ahead, it makes you super organized. If you're super organized, I think it helps a lot. People sometimes like they underestimate that and they're like, oh, we're just gonna go with the flow, whatever. But if you want to be
Yeah,
effective with that, then planning and organizing takes a huge part of it.
yeah, because like I think what when they look at like the content that gets really posted,
Mm-hmm.
they look at, okay, this happened randomly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's why they posted it, because like it was a crazy thing that happened randomly. But you don't look at the other posts that they posted
Exactly.
that was really planned, and
No,
like
100%.
99% of the stuff that we do is planned ahead of time.
Of course.
But like it comes to like 1% of the time that like, oh, something happened randomly and that's why we took a picture of it. But like,
100%.
let's just really be honest, like that doesn't happen like a
Often.
lot.
Yeah.
Like,
And whoever says that, he's lying or she's
yeah,
lying.
yeah,
Whoever says it's just happened, like went with
no,
the flow, and
no,
they're lying, guys. 99% of photographers, they plan ahead. Nobody ever like just wanders with their camera and then maybe it happens once every like I don't know, once in a while,
once in a
but
while, yeah.
doesn't happen often. Nobody ever like uses their content 24/7 just from like going with the flow and taking pictures. Unless
Exactly.
it's gonna be like an issue of quantity over quality because they're just gonna be posting a shit ton of pictures
Yeah,
and it's
that's what
not
I
gonna
hate.
be like quality pictures at all. So
No, I've seen some people who actually used to. Okay, I stressed a lot about how my photography Instagram looks, because someone told me to like, well, it has to look a specific way. So what I started doing, which is one of the craziest ideas
mhm.
I've ever done, and it was stupid if you ask me, is stack 3 images from the same shoot
Yeah,
on top of each other, and it has to like have the same color with the next image, a similar color where it gradually
gradually, yeah.
changes
That's a
like
nice,
between
yeah,
the
that's a
years.
good idea.
But it's
Hmm.
crazy because like 90% of the time you're not gonna post anything because like, oh, this image is cool, but and I've done a lot of work on it, but I can't post it because it doesn't go with the grid.
Of course, yeah.
And then I'm looking, I'm like, this is a crazy idea. And then I spoke to one of my other photographer friends, and he's like, "Stop it, dude.
Yeah.
It's not a good idea. Just like you have a
Don't think
lot of
about
good."
it. Yeah.
Exactly. So like he's like, "Don't stress it. Just like shoot and then take pictures." And then
Yeah,
once I got
don't-
out of that, it
Yeah,
was just
honestly,
fine.
like I never thought about my feed. Like I know a lot of people
A lot of
like,
people do. Like I'm like,
do
this
think
is
about my
crazy.
feed, or like they would take really nice pictures and they're like, oh, I'm not gonna post. I was like, why? They're like, oh, well, it's not gonna match my feed. I was like, are you kidding me? Like you're gonna choose a very nice pictures, like you're gonna choose to like not post it just because it doesn't match your feed. I guess like for me, never had that issue, never will. Like I'm not gonna think about. I never thought about my feed, never will. But I guess all depends. I just like to have my editing style like very coherent with all the pictures I take, so that kind of helps. But
Yeah, that's
other than that,
that's
nothing much. Yeah,
that's kind of crazy as well. Like if you're a Peter McKinnon fan, which I am,
we're all Peter McKinnon fans here.
I
Yeah,
love that guy.
there you go.
One day, okay, we have to carpool there. If I get in contact with him or you get in contact with him, let's
course.
carpool there.
Let's go get drink coffee with him.
Literally,
Yeah.
literally. I don't care if he posts it or not. I don't care if he like tag us or. I just want to meet him.
No, we just want
Period.
to talk, have a talk with him.
Yeah, literally.
This guy's like probably the coolest content creator I've
Yes.
ever like followed or like watched YouTube videos for.
It's crazy.
He's very chill. Yeah,
It's crazy the time as well that he grew up in, because like the way he talks,
100%.
the energy, the vibe that he
It's
gives out.
different. It's just like he has like a very different charisma.
Yeah,
He's not your typical photographer,
Yeah,
you know. And
he does
I
the
love that
craziest
about him.
photography. He always challenges
Yeah.
photography, which I like actually. Like some of his ideas and styles actually were far from the way that I learned. I was learned to like follow the restrictions of the cameras and the
Mm-hmm. No, I
restrictions
know.
of photography. Do not bring a building in the middle of the sky. Which
Exactly. No,
you remember that
100%.
video?
No, 100%. And
So, yeah,
what I really like about him also that he's a very, very down to earth guy. And
Yes.
honestly, like I don't see him hating on any creator. On the opposite hand, like he collaborates with them.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see him. He's like
Crazy.
he's shouting out at other creators that they're doing phenomenal jobs, and he actually tries to work with them, and he features them on his channel, which is pretty big, by the way.
Literally.
So he's not like selfish or he doesn't have like a certain charisma, and I really appreciate that about him. You know.
And yeah, he did that. He did that with I'm not sure if you know Alan Palindar,
Yeah, he's big
Alan-
right now. This guy's big right now because
Alan-
of him
because of because
and Chris Howe.
Chris Howe as well. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy. Like actually, Chris Howe one time came to Ottawa and I missed it, and I still
Yeah,
regret
I saw
that.
that.
I regret that, and I want to kill myself every time I
Oh,
think
no.
about it.
You can go. We can just have a
We can
road trip
just
to
go-
Toronto. We can have a road trip to Toronto. We'll meet them all there.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
No,
So-
I think he was in the I think in the nature no, not the history museum. I think.
was he at
uh,
Laurier, like Fairmont?
Yeah, I think so.
He went there. Yeah,
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
an event there. I remember.
But then a lot of people couldn't make it because it was a storm. That
Yeah,
day.
yeah,
That
that day.
was what prevented me as well.
yeah,
like the storm.
exactly. No, it was a shitty day. It was a shitty winter day, and
Yeah. So anyway, going back to the point that like actually he did convince Alan to like make his and focus on YouTube,
yeah,
and that's why we get like the Alan Palindar like way of shooting,
Style,
which
yeah.
is very interesting as well. Like I wanted
very
to like
classy.
yeah, very very classy.
Yeah,
Like actually I was very inspired by his like way that he deals
Work.
with dark side.
yeah.
Like the
No, his
darkest-
dark side is one of the best. Like he's
Awesome.
very classy. He has his certain style. You could also tell he's like
Exactly.
he's that guy. Like he's Alan.
Yeah.
Same
yeah.
thing with Chris. If you see a car picture, you will know that's Chris.
That's
Allen.
Chris. Yeah,
that's
literally.
Chris,
Literally, yeah.
So
No, as well. Like he's the model and the
yeah,
which
exactly.
one
That's
thing,
what.
which one thing I wanted to. Sorry, go ahead. I caught you off.
No. Go ahead.
Yeah. So one
I'm
thing I
disagreeing
wanted
with
to
you.
talk about is like sometimes as well, like we see photographers that stick only to photography, and sometimes we see people that are like yourself who are just like as well being in the pictures sometimes as well.
I try to go as far as possible from the camera so nobody sees me. I just to be like someone who's there. They
Yeah.
don't know if it's me or not, but yeah, I guess like I'm at the point right now where I got super comfortable with that, like being in front of the camera, because like I'm just like, oh, I don't care. But
Yeah.
it's not like I'm taking portraits of myself. I'm more showcasing
The place,
the
but
place and the view, but I'm just like one person who's there. So like I don't know. I'm just like I guess I'm a part of the place or I'm a part of the vibe, but it's never the focus is never on me in my pictures. That's why my friends are like a little bit. Oh, you posted a picture of your face today, I'm like, yeah, I guess. Like, I'm just there, But
It's like, I'm sorry, I don't have the model face.
I'm
Me
like,
too.
I just
Like,
don't like. I don't feel like I should be the model. Like there are people for that, you know. I'm
Yes.
just there for the place, just to show off the place, just to do my edits. And right now, all I do is just like have one friend with me. I do all the camera settings. I adjust everything,
yes.
and I just tell him click the button twice, and you're good to go. And that's it. All he
Put it
has
on
to do is
burst.
just click.
Put it
Yeah,
on burst
just
because,
click
yeah.
the button, and like that's it. And I just take care of everything. So
Yeah, I like that, and I like that. Like what social media introduced to us again is like the idea of a content creator. In the past, it
Of
used to
course.
be, let's say, like, oh, you have a photography page, or you
Yeah.
have like a video page, or you have like this
Mhm.
page. Nowadays, a content creator doesn't have to like put themselves in one place and just tie themselves to that chair. You
Of
know what I
course,
mean?
yeah, 100%.
No, you're like a content creator. You can do podcasting, and you can go the next day and just like take some pictures and post them. You know what I
It's
mean?
different. It's a different, yeah, it's
It's
a different
great.
era that we're living in,
It's
you
great.
know, and you just see it evolve. Like for obviously when you started, and then now it's obviously like different, you know.
Or you can do vlogging, and next day you can box. See what
Exactly.
I did there?
There you go. There you go. Who's boxing here?
You
Nobody.
know about AKA
Who's the
Logan
next
Paul and
Logan
Jake
Paul?
Paul.
Who's the next Logan Paul? You know. Nobody.
No, me, no.
I see you as a boxer somehow. I don't know why. Yeah.
Him? Yeah.
No.
I actually want to go to boxing, but it's expensive.
Are you inspired by
Sure.
Logan Paul and Jake Paul? Is that that's the
No,
question?
I'm,
No.
I'm
I
more
feel like so
inspired
hard.
He's
by-
the real boxing shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah?
No.
Who do you like?
No, I like KSI.
That's not better.
It's like the real
That's-
boxing shit.
that's
I'm
not
like
better.
KSI. You just go with KSI. Like
How is that better?
that was the worst comeback ever,
I
bro.
mean, KSI
Like, don't even.
Didn't he beat
I had to
Logan Paul?
laugh.
Didn't he beat Logan Paul though?
What's that?
Didn't he beat Logan Paul?
Yeah, but like
He has
Technically,
no
it's
chance
not-
right now, though. He has no chance. This guy is like.
no, come on.
This
He's-
guy is just like in a
he's-
chair playing FIFA right now. That's
Yeah,
what
exactly.
he
Because he
do.
won Logan Paul. He's got
Yeah, I don't
cash and
So I don't
got
think.
money in the
Yeah,
bank.
with the idea of boxing, by the way, you win and lose. This is not the idea of boxing.
Yeah. Anyways, but I'm just like I feel like honestly, like just talking about that, like just it's crazy how like social media boxing came like super like become super
Nowadays,
big right now, eh?
YouTuber against the TikTok.
Yeah, I saw that also.
I think it's going too far. You know,
it's
what
going
I
too
mean?
far, and everyone's trying to like go on the trend, like how we talked about
Yes,
that.
Yeah.
But I love how it started. I love like I guess like it's always gonna be there, and I mean they make good money from it.
Yeah,
so-
that's what I'm saying. Like I mentioned that before, that like I'm not trying to hate on them or anything. You know, good for them, but like it's not the actual boxing. It's an entertainment side of boxing.
But in
That's what they
in
focus
my
on.
I'll play like the devil's advocate here.
Yeah, go ahead.
There are the reason that boxing is still alive. Don't get me wrong. I feel like
It was-
boxing before I was a huge fan of boxing before that, like before this whole like era started, and boxing was dying down. And as soon as these people, they brought
Yes.
a new audience and became alive again.
Yeah, they definitely like brought like the hype
New
back
audience.
to
Yeah.
boxing. Yeah,
No,
definitely.
100%. And they brought like the younger generation with it because now like the younger audience are for like whoever, like KSI, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, the
Yeah.
TikTokers, everyone, even girls right now because they like to watch Bryce Hall, whatever.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, I want to pay like $50 or whatever so we
Just
can
to
watch their favorite TikToker get knocked out, you know? And that's how it is. That's why they're bringing new audience, and that's why the sport is coming alive again because they're
Yeah.
bringing new audience, you know? So
You know, I
I
also
respect
like
that.
I like the fact that YouTubers are going out of their comfort zone and
Of
like
course.
going into like stuff like music or
yeah,
or
no,
boxing
100%.
and like other sports as well.
But I'll tell you why, because right now, especially in their community or like in LA, whatever, it's very not common for someone to say, I'm a YouTuber. They always want to be the other thing. I want to be an artist. I want to be a musician. I want to be an actor. I want to be a boxer, you know? It just like, because when they meet with the high profiles, they feel very, like conscious, like, you know, self-conscious when they say, I'm a YouTuber, you
yeah.
know? They're like, oh, you're just whatever, you know? Unless you're a like type A like YouTuber, you know. Other than that, they be like, so that's why they kind of want to go like the other route to say, oh, I'm a boxer, artist, musician, whatever.
Yeah, I respect. I see that as well. Like again, like content creation idea, like it's changing constantly nowadays.
Of course, no, 100%.
Nowadays you can do whatever like you want, but like back in the days, like you used to be able to say like, oh, I'm a YouTuber, period. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
100%.
And then someone would ask you, what would you do? What do you do on YouTube? But now, like, it's more like, no, I create content that that's like this, or create
Mhm.
content that's like
No,
that. You know
100%.
what I mean? Well, yeah, I also agree with you on the idea that like actually like they brought the younger audience to boxing
Big
because
time, big time. Yeah.
yeah, because like, but then still like I wish they would have explained it a bit more to them. You know
They're
what I
not gonna
mean? Because
explain it
like
to
no,
them. No, they're not gonna explain it. They just
no,
want the money. Don't get me
yeah,
wrong, like, that's
literally,
all they want. They just want the money, and that's
literally,
why all these events are happening right now because it's trending and everyone wants to get the bag. So that's why it's
literally.
happening right now. So
Yeah, because like it became, I think it became very clear, especially with the last Logan Paul event as well.
Mayweather, yeah,
The
the
Logan Paul
Mayweather event.
Mayweather. Yeah, it was very clear. I'm not gonna talk about like how the fight went or anything, but like they literally got every content creator on every other platform just to promote that fight. You know what I mean? Like
Of
that tells
course,
you something there. You know?
and sometimes you're just not sure if it's like a paid ad or not, or
Yeah.
maybe they're just like supporting their friend. I'm not sure. I can't tell.
Well, most
But
of them are
obviously there's a
not
lot.
paid.
I saw a lot more promotions happening for the social events gloves.
Yes.
I saw a lot of promotions happening, and I guess they really wanted to push it, and they honestly didn't. From what I've heard, they didn't get the numbers yet, so
I
can
really
tell.
didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't subscribe. I didn't buy it.
No, I didn't buy.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not doing anything
watched-
illegal here, but
I
we're
watched
watching
the highlights. No, I
no,
watched-
can't say anything. But we're just like we just.
I actually
we
at
do
the
the,
time-
we do it the Egyptian way. We just
No,
do it the
I actually
Egyptian
at the time I
way.
didn't have the time to watch it live because I was editing at the time.
Yeah?
I
Okay.
remember we had to shoot during that day, so like
Okay.
I had to edit at night, so I wasn't even watching the highlights. I wasn't watching it live. I watched
You
the
just watched the
highlights.
highlight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it live, but not in a very legal way.
By the
so.
by the way, what do you mean not a very legal way? You can go on
Just
on
the-
Twitch. You can go on Twitch and some other
Exactly.
kid is
It's,
just
then it's a
just-
very legal way, I guess.
you
Yeah,
know,
it's
like,
a very legal. Yeah,
I
okay, I
guess-
got it.
Have
Just-
you guys seen the guy who when he's
through the
watching?
glasses,
Yeah.
through the sunglasses. Yeah, there was so there was one guy who was like he wanted to show the fight, but apparently he can get banned if he showed the fight. So what he did, he wore sunglasses, and from the reflection, people were watching, and some people would tell him like, "Go down a little bit, bro," or like, "Go up."
Yeah,
So
that's
that's so
respect.
funny.
This
So, yeah,
guy's a
respect
real
for him.
OG.
He's a real one. He just loves his Twitch fan base. So yeah.
So yeah, that change really scared me in the microphone.
I know.
It was laughing and then the laugh just disappeared out of nowhere. I was like, at least let it fade. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
okay,
Please.
next time, my complete laugh will stay on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually, go to the audio version only. We'll post the full laugh.
we'll
There you
post the
go.
full laugh. That's
Full
the
laugh.
way to
That's how
promote
you
the audio
promote
version
the audio only. There you go.
as well. Like no, now like kind of we're moving towards the like kind of the end of the episode thing.
Yeah, for sure.
For the visual side, not the audio side. Audio
Cool.
side, you guys are sticking around. You know, you guys are
Alright,
real OGs.
there you
But
go.
yeah, like last thing I
If you
wanted
made it this far, to be honest, after what we've talked about, then
Like,
good for you. To be
good
honest,
for you.
or you're bored. I don't know, but good for you. Good for you.
So yeah, like well, talking about a little bit like content creation and social
sure.
media, I just wanted to like kind of ask like kind of a typical question as well,
Mhm.
like just to make this podcast typical, just like any other podcast.
Okay, let's make it difficult. Let's
'Cause-
go.
So
Uh-huh.
let's say you would have lost now all of your subscribers and all of your social media platforms now,
Yeah.
and you have to do it from square one.
Mm-hmm.
What mistakes you would actually like not do and watch out, or what stuff you would watch out for?
Just overthinking, I guess. Just overthinking what I'm posting, or be more comfortable with the camera, or maybe try and like diverse my. So I wouldn't say, when I say diverse my content, doesn't mean that I have to have like the same account but different content, because I know that's not good. But maybe have like different accounts, just to like do one, for example, like for traveling, one for like lifestyle, whatever. But yeah, that's more about it. Like just not overthink what I'm posting, because sometimes when you're a creator, you kind of like you're in a loop where you're always like overthinking, is this actually good? Are the people gonna like that or not? And then you just end up like not posting. So I guess that would be my number
like that.
one.
I
Yeah,
like that. That
don't
felt
overthink it. Yeah,
that felt like kind of like a personal question to me, because like
Of course.
it's very personal, because like I wanted to ask that so badly,
Mhm.
because I still overthink a lot of my stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll take this as an advice, actually,
Of course,
to be honest with you.
I would. That's why I kind of like, again, right now I'm telling you, like, I'm posting whenever I want to post, whatever I want to post. So I don't let anything guide me or like put pressure on me, and that's kind of the healthy way of like using, I feel like, social media. So
Mad. All
Yeah.
right. Well, thank you for being here.
thank you for hosting.
Thank you very much. Thank you guys for being here as well, helping us a
for
lot.
the audience, big audience today.
Big audience, 3 people. We can't have a big audience, but yeah,
No,
sure.
we'll make it after COVID. We'll have a live audience for sure.
Exactly.
There you
And yeah, I think after we kind of end the episode, we can turn off these lights because we're being cooked right now.
Yeah, thank God I have a hat on, to be honest.
You're
Shout out
lucky.
to everyone who told me wear a hat today. So
All right. Thank you for being here, man. It was
Thank
it was
you.
actually a pleasure talking to you finally.
Actually, same here, man. To be honest,
Okay.
yeah.
All good. Thank you guys for making it till the end of the video episode.
Love you
For
guys.
the more audio platform, click the links in the description to join whatever audio platform you like. They're all in the link tips. Sorry, in the description. I'm starting to being cooked right
It's
now. I
okay.
can't
Yeah,
even
it's
think.
hot. It's hot right now. We're burning and we're good. So yeah,
So yeah,
give him a break.
literally. Well, thank you for subscribing. If you're subscribed, thank you for making it till the end of the episode. If you haven't subscribed yet, you should be subscribed. Click that button. Click the ring the bell button, and join this family. Click
Subscribe, guys.
subscribe as well. Yeah. Subscribe like 10 times. Share this episode with people that you think that will favor from the episode. Share it with everyone, actually.
Yeah,
You
and
never know.
ask us what you would like us to talk about, like in like other episodes, I guess.
Yeah, for sure, because he's gonna be here in other
Topics.
episodes.
Topics.
He's not. Literally, that's not the first episode. You all know that I like to bring back my guests, and especially
There
the people that I vibe with.
Yeah. For
So
sure. Thank you, bro.
definitely in future episodes.
Of course. We can talk about anything.
Yeah.
It's not a family podcast, so
No, it's not. So Sherif's links are in the description as well.
thank you.
Don't hesitate to check him out.
Yeah,
on
please
his-
follow me, guys. I've been
Yeah.
the same numbers of followers for a bit.
Let's
so
change that.
Please follow me.
Let's change that. You're not
There
gonna
you
get
go.
a lot of followers from
It's
Talk
okay,
Lab,
I'll give you
but,
some. I'll give
you know.
you some. There you go. There you
Yeah,
go. It's
let's
fine.
change his numbers.
There you go.
All right, to the better, right?
Yeah, exactly. Imagine just people unfollowing me after, just
Just because I'm-
numbers going down just
like-
because they heard my voice finally, and they're like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Well,
But-
Ahmed told us to change his numbers, and that's the way we're doing it.
Exactly. There you go. But
All
yeah,
right.
appreciate you guys.
Thank you very much, and have a good one. Thank you.